Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. I am Sharmin Sultana Rumi. I am a student of Graduate Diploma in Leather and Footwear Management at East West University under SEIP. My roll number is 064. Today I am discuss about the female workforce in Bangladesh leather industry's prospects and challenges. In Bangladesh, women constitute a half of the population. Participation in economic activities enhances financial abilities of women, which is an important indicator of their economic empowerment. The leather sector generates direct and indirect employment for about 8,50,000 people. 53% of the workforce are women in the leather products industries. Majority of them engaged in footwear manufacturing. Women's employment within the leather sector varies significantly. About 38% employed in leather footwear manufacturing, 33% in the manufacturing of luggage and handbags, and only 2% are employed in tanneries. Challenges the female workforce in leather and leather goods sector face are as follows. Improper working environment, taking the advantages of workers, poverty and ignorance. The owners forced the female workforce to work in unsafe and unhealthy workplace, overcrowded with workers beyond the capacity of the factory floor. Improper ventilation, stuffy situation, filthy rooms are the characteristics of the majority of our factories. The gendered division of labor. In the leather industry in Bangladesh, tasks are allocated largely on the basis of gender. This determines many of the working conditions of women workers. Women work mainly as helpers, machinists, and less frequently as line supervisors. Men dominated the administrative and management level jobs. Women are discriminated against in terms of access to higher paid white collar and management positions. Wages. The government of Bangladesh sets minimum wages for various categories of workers. Often female workers are discriminated against in terms of wages levels, and these wages are also often fixed far below the minimum wage rate. Overtime work problems of the women workers. According to Bangladesh Labour Act Section 109, women shall, without her consent, be allowed to work in an establishment between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. But sometimes female workers forced to work until late night to meet the delivery deadlines. As the labor requirement increases during the peak season, the workers are required to work overtime. The extent of stress can be measured from the workers' unwillingness to do overtime work and also from the workers' job dissatisfaction due to the extended work hours. Poor accommodation facility. As most of the female workers come from the poor family and comes from the remote areas, and they have to attend to the duties on time. These workers have to hire a room near the factory where 4 to 5 persons in a room and spend life in subhuman conditions. Now, women safety problems. Safety need for the worker is mandatory to maintain in all the organization, but without the facility of this necessary product, a lot of accident is incurred every year in most of the company. Unskilled workforce. Most of the illiterate women workers employed in the leather and leather goods sector are unskilled, and so their products often become lower in quality. Shortage of skilled personnel and trained female workforce in different occupation categories of leather goods sector is a major constraint of future growth, and this need to be addressed. Around 26% of leather firms consider the in inadequately trained workforce to be a major business constraint. Health and hygiene. Women working in finished leather factories found the women working in these factories faced problems as follows. Number 1. Absence of separate female toilets as the factory. Number 2. Risk of suffering from malaria, jaundice due to mosquito and fly infection at the workplace. Number 3. Bad smell from low skins and chemicals. Now I am talking about the most important point, that is maternity leave. Moreover, women working in tanneries are deprived of many basic rights like maternity leave, child care center, and so on. Some jobs in tanneries are not suitable for women, like the operation of hydraulic machines due to their heavy weight. Job insecurity. Job. Most of the jobs in the leather industry are temporary in nature, and workers are fired when the need is over. The leather industry belongs to the formal sector, but few-time workers employed in this industry do not receive appointment letters. Therefore, terms and conditions of their employment are unknown to them. Because of this informal nature of their jobs, the female workers reported that they feared dismissal from their jobs. This condition of their employment causes one kind of mental harassment. Now, sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is an important source of mental stress for female workers. The incidence of sexual harassment ranges from insults directed at a person's gender, suggestive comments or language, and demeaning remarks to unwelcome touching and giving and other physical assault. These types of sexual harassment are underreported since female workers are very shy to disclose any information on this subject. Communication problem. Most female workers travel to and from the workplace on foot. On the average, a female worker travels more than 5 kilometers a day on foot. This long distance travels is not only physical strenuous but also mentally stressful since leather workers worry about attacks by masters, by tourists, harassment by police, harassment by boys in the state, and so on. Bad behavior of co-workers. Bad behavior of the co-workers is another important problem for female workers in leather industry. Good relation among the workers is very important, but in many cases the same does not happen. It is mainly because of the fact that the workers could not develop a sense of empathy. Pattern of disease and illness. Work in the leather factory severely affects women's health as they are confined in a small factory. Moreover, the hot and humid climate of Bangladesh makes the environment of this small factory buildings unhygienic, and this condition is largely responsible for widespread prevalence of some illness and disease among the leather workers. According to occupational physicians, low back pain, sore feet, varicose veins, swelling in the legs, general muscular fatigue, and other health problems have been found in the female workers. Prospects for future women's employment in leather and leather goods. Job creation. With the expansion of this sector, it is likely that women's employment in leather and leather goods industries will continue to rise. Availability of technicians is a major constraint of developing any testing laboratory for the leather goods sector. Women could be trained under the National Technical and Vocational Education and Training System to groom them as technicians. Cheap labor. The country's footwear manufacturers see a bright future for their products, mainly because of the prospects of cheaper labor costs compared to other countries. Bangladeshi women are traditionally expert in sewing. They are creative in footwear. With their creative work, they put an importance in the success of leather industry here. At the foreign investors, Bangladeshi government provides training for development skills of female workforce, so they become as asset to leather industry. As a result, foreign investor feels interested to invest in Bangladesh. Earning foreign currency. Bangladesh exports leather products. By exporting leather products, she earns foreign currency. The leather goods and footwear sector has been marked as one of the highest priority sectors in the export policy. The export policy also encourages production of labor-intensive products and more involvement of women in export-oriented industries and trade. Women are like engine of leather sector of Bangladesh, so there is no doubt the participation of women in earning foreign currency is very important. Adding value in GDP. Leather industry added GDP as women drive the leather sector. We can say women are adding value in GDP. Thank you all to being with me.